Ben Townley, big weekend for you. Now I remember '06 you were racing here, high level race, and now you're watching Levi do the same and battle for the win. That must be really cool and really awesome for you.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was. He wasn't even meant to be here on a 125. It was meant to be an 85. So to come here and get started on that bike, and didn't expect him to be that competitive. Certainly not that strong like he was all the way to the end. So yeah, it was a pretty cool race.
He should ride to the end too, but he was never on the edge. He was.
No, he doesn't. Calm. He doesn't generally ride to the edge. He rides close to it, but never on the edge. And yeah, he handled himself well. And there was quite a few technical parts, and he was really good on those. Those sort of uphill areas that were turning. Yeah.
So the American style is quite, at least it was, with Filippo very flat out. Carmichael, you hung around with Stefan Everts, who rode like Jett.
Yeah.
Is that how you're teaching Levi to ride? More of that sort of Jett, Lawrence, Prado, the way you rode, or is there a?
It's not so much about how they do it. It's more just about being the best version of themselves. Really, that's what I'm trying to do them. Help them with. I mean, you pick things, like out, and I saw stuff today that you sort of take and you put it all together, right? And you just be the best version of what you can be. Yeah.
So Harry was reportedly very hard on Stefan. Ricky Carmichael's mum was well known to be hard on him. How hard are you on Levi? Are you able to balance that to pushing what he needs to do, but still just be fairly chill and let him enjoy it at this stage?
Oh, I wouldn't say I'm hard. I'm honest. Just honest, Just say, like, after the warm up, it was a bit of a disaster. He went down. He wasn't able to do a lot of what we talked about in those. He got 3 laps before the motor. The way they run it over here, and I just told him, and then he was able to take that feedback. And yeah, I think hard on them. I don't know if that's something that's misconstrued slightly. I think the thing is, to be good, you got to hear the truth. I mean, in society and culture or society these days, people don't hear the truth. They don't like the truth, and that's just we're sort of breeding that into people. So if you can't accept the truth, then you can't improve. So.
And he's riding EMX next year, or is there plans official, or?
We're working on it. It's not. Nothing's confirmed. It's a massive deal. Like we're from New Zealand, and as far away as you can get from here, right? So our whole family would have to move, and so we're working through it. It's highly likely to happen.
And then go to America after that, like the Lawrence?
No, that's like way too far down the track at the moment. Just do some European stuff and see how that goes, and really just develop. That's really what they need to do. Yeah.
So just your thoughts on the race there, Jett, Lawrence,
today, you can stop talking. Today was an extremely special day in the sport. Like the first, say, 10 minutes of Moto 1 and then the final few laps of Moto 3, phenomenal. Like the people that paid their admission today, it was worth 10 times what they.
It was like a dream race.
Yeah, it was.
Actually everywhere.
Prado, Geyser, Tomac, Lawrence, Roxon, Herlings, like.
And we got
speechless.
And Herlings.
I lost my voice, and
yeah, guys, that class was just.
It was a phenomenal day for the sport.
So, just your thoughts on a few riders, then, given your knowledge. Jett Lawrence, how do you describe him? What are your thoughts on him?
I'd say he's probably. I don't know if there's a word for it. Yeah.
To me, he's like Stefan Everts style, but Ricky Carmichael killer instinct. A wee bit of Jeremy. I don't know, but you know better than me. But
I heard someone once describe him as a mixture of Ricky, Stewart, and McGrath. Yeah. And that's a pretty accurate way to describe him, right?
All those guys are on Everts the way he stands. How do you beat a guy that's just got the best bits of every rider? Like, it's unreal, isn't it?
You got to work freaking hard. You got to be. Yeah, he's just, I guess, how I describe it always is like his ceiling's just so high. Yeah.
And Jorge Prado, I'm not sure what happened to him today, but yesterday and in the season, phenomenal. What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah. He'll have a great career in America. He's just like, his skill sets are high, and he's always had that sort of fast twitch style of riding, right? And he'll adapt to American racing really well. Yeah, it's going to be cool to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And Jeffrey Herlings, thoughts on him, his career, where he is now?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably getting near the end of it, right? And it's probably, he's not a good starter, and starting has become a critical component of it. You know, I mean, it seems like an overused term, but it's just the reality, right? And that's really probably hurt him. You know, racing against Prado and guys that you know, you have to. The races aren't won like they were years ago at the 35-minute mark. They're won in the 5-minute mark. Yeah, you know, so yeah, it's probably, you know, I don't want to say that he's done, but the level is so high, and he would potentially need to reinvent himself in a way.
And Eli Tomac, first of all, great to see him ride here last minute.
He was good.
He was good, yeah.
And why it was good is because, I don't know if you looked at the track afterwards, it was extremely technical. And, you know, like when we watch him, he loves outsides and he loves to just abuse, like hurt the track, right? He likes to hurt the terra firma, and it wasn't that style of track, really. And so he impressed me, really did, yeah. Which bodes well for next year. Like, yeah. And he's going to race all off season.
That's
right? And the last time he did that, he was a man on a mission until his Achilles, right?
Yeah.
So I think yeah, it's going to be cool start to next year. Yeah.
I was talking to Ruben, your old mechanic from Kawasaki, did an interview with him. He said in your career, the most impressive thing about you was kind of how hard you were on yourself, but how much you were willing to push into the pain barrier.
Yeah, I probably
never
went
give
too
in.
far though.
Right, is that what you think?
Yeah. Looking back now, yeah, just because I wanted to win too much. I wanted to win every time I rode. Was my issue.
Because the way you rode, it looked like you were more like on the efforts, technical, but then you're saying internally,
yeah, mentally, I rode over, you know, 100%'s the limit, and I rode at that 100% too often, you know. Yeah.
And what was the biggest thing you learned from Stefan? Hanging around with him?
I think just in Europe in general, just that, you know, if you use skills really well, you know, with technically use skills really well, you can sort of lift your ceiling so much, you know. That's what you see with the way in which I think the Lawrences have lifted the game, really. Yeah.
And then going to America with Ricky and that totally different thing to Stefan, what did you learn there?
What did I learn there? I mean, probably the big thing was just the work ethic. You know, I had that, but just being really dedicated day in, day out, and to your craft. I probably stepped up a level there just across everything, really. Yeah, just seeing how we did it, really.
And looking back on your career, what was the favourite moment? Or is there a couple of things stand out?
Probably Medley and Erne, because Medley, we got on the podium, which, you know, it was the only time I did that. And Erne, obviously, on that KTM was my last race in Europe, you know. So yeah, probably those two. Yeah, they were. Motocross the Nations are so special because of the atmosphere. Yeah.
Brilliant, Ben. Nice to see you again.
Cheers.
Well done.